Good afternoon. My name is Shanita Jones, and I am the CAPC coordinator from Placer County. And I want to welcome you all to the first CAPC Network webinar, Child Abuse Prevention Council Marketing 101, Build Your Brand, Grow Your Impact. This is episode 1 in a series of 3. Today, we are joined by the CAPC of San Joaquin County marketing team, Erica Villarreal, program manager, and Deja Wright, marketing assistant.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for that introduction. Can I have the next slides, please? Thank you so much. So we are an agency that protects children and strengthens families. A little bit about the picture that we have on the left-hand side. This is our whole agency. We like to do this annually. This is our CAP month, which is Child Abuse Prevention Month, throughout the month of April every year. This is our annual picture. So this is from 2024. And we like to illustrate how big our agency is. So it is about a little over 200 employees. And look at all those beautiful blue smiles. So this is us. This is one of our campaigns that we do. And yeah, thank you so much for having us today. So now we can meet the team. We were briefly introduced, but my name is Erica Villarreal. I'm the Marketing and Community Outreach Program Manager. And to my right, or my right-hand man, we have Deja Wright, our Marketing Coordinator. And then we are overseen by Shana Bazunas Jacob, our Development Director. And we are the dynamic team. Small but mighty, I wanted to add. So a little bit about what we're going to be talking about today is our goal is to help agencies level up on their social media game. We want to talk about strong branding, trust and recognition, how that goes hand in hand, knowing your audience, staying authentic to what your mission is, what your agency wants to bring to the table, and then all across the board to your audience, and then knowing the differences in the social media platforms and how to navigate them. We're going to briefly touch on all of these subjects. So strong branding. Hold on just a moment. My monitor is kind of wonky right now. So we want to keep our brand consistent and strong. Some key points to keep in mind is consistency. So we want to use like the same fonts, the same types of colors, the same type of voice really across all the platforms. And what I mean by that is just kind of uniformity, right? So when you're going to take your logo, every single agency has their logo and what they look like. So you're going to take different branding colors and you're going to kind of make your mark, your uniformity within your posts. An example of consistency for us is we do have longtime donors and they are a little bit mature, I should say. So they do like receiving paper mail. We know that they like receiving paper mail. We know that they like receiving their thank you cards. We have customized thank you cards throughout the year. Every year we kind of refresh them, but we know that they like to go to the mailbox and actually open up an actual card. So that is one of our consistencies that we keep up with. Also make sure that your brand is identifiable, authenticity, we're going to keep it real and connect emotionally with our audience. Now, when talking about our audience, we want to understand our audience. That means different platforms equals different demographics, okay? So can I have the next slide, please? Thank you so much. So we're going to get familiar with these icons right over here. We have TikTok, think young, think trendy, think what's in. Those are short form videos. That's our video platform. Then we're going to go into Facebook, which is our common platform for all ages. That's a more broader audience. That is more community-based, community-driven. Everyone really knows what Facebook is, and pretty much everyone of all ages is on Facebook. So that's our kind of like big mama there. Then we have our Instagram, which is our artistic platform. That's more of an artistic feel. Think lifestyle, think reels, think visual storytelling. You're going to have a brand with that. A lot of the times people that have an Instagram, you could see a commonality when they have their posts up. When you go to their page, it's all like in square formation. So you kind of see that type of common denominator in it because all it is visual posts. Then we're going to go across and lastly talk about LinkedIn. That is more of a professional format. So think B2B, thought leadership, that is career-based. So if you're thinking about like putting hiring posts out there or whatever, please make sure that you're putting in all across the board, especially with LinkedIn.
Okay, and so just to kind of piggyback on what Erica was talking about for LinkedIn, what you see right here is the desktop version of Buffer. So if you're thinking to yourself, I'm only one person, how do I do all of that, right? Buffer is a really good tool for those CAPCs that may only have one person in their marketing team, or maybe you just have one person who's handling social media. This is where I push everything that was posted on Instagram and Facebook. I push it to LinkedIn. So on that left side, you can see all of our channels. Buffer can actually connect up to 11 different platforms. It's just that I use another tool, which we'll show you later. I use another tool to post for Facebook and Instagram, but this is specifically for LinkedIn because when people are looking for jobs, and they come across the CAPC, we kind of just want to give them a glimpse of what we do, our community partners. We want people to be interested in applying for the CAPC in San Joaquin County. So what you see right here is just from our holiday season. Can I have the next slide, please? Again, from our holiday season. So we have our Adopt a Family program. We wanted to post like a thank you to everyone who came out, volunteered, donated, etc. Then the one above that is just something else that we did with one of our other community partners. We'll kind of talk about that a little bit later as well. But that was just us saying thank you to the community. And so when people go on LinkedIn and they apply or they type in CAPC, they'll see everything that we're doing, not just hiring posts.
Thank you, Deja. See what I mean? Right-hand man, there she goes. Um, so before we post, how do we create? What types of tools can we use to create? A lot of the times people think they get kind of intimidated. You need a graphic design background. You don't, but it's necessarily helpful, but you just have to have an eye for this type of stuff. So a lot of the times people are designing off of Adobe Creative Suite. They're more familiarized with that, or Publisher. Canva is the easiest and most effective tool, especially when dealing with nonprofits. So you can use the free type of Canva, or you could pay for it, which is the Pro Canva. And if you're paying for it, please look into the nonprofit arena aspect of it, because it will give you a discount if you are a nonprofit, just in case, just to put that out there. If you're deciding to, play around with it a little bit and you're like, oh, I want to go pro, nonprofits get a little bit of a discount there. So it's a little bit of a tip. Can I have the next slide, please? Thank you so much. As you could see here, we took screenshots. So we have branded templates. Consistency is key when dealing with all of your formatting throughout all of the platforms that you're going to post on. So we have the precise templates for each platform. What I mean by that is I briefly mentioned Instagram, how their platform holds their posts, their graphics in little square like templates. So it's going to be a square, but if you post on Facebook, it's more of like a elongated type of rectangle, excuse me. I was going to say a long square, but it's a rectangle. So if you're going to take an Instagram post into Facebook, it's going to take a background color and fill that in. And I know our development director doesn't really like that, Shauna. So I want to make an example out of it. So if we take an Instagram post into Facebook, it's going to give you like a little bit of a filler. We want to just fill up the whole thing. So make sure that you're choosing the right platform for that, the right format for that. Then you could pre-size your layout options for each platform. I believe the next slide is illustrating that as well. So here we are, and when you go into create a design, and this is all on the free app as well. So you can go into the free Canva and play around. But as you could see, like the most popular, they're kind of laying that out already for you. Presentation, that is going to be for your PowerPoints, flyer portrait. The flyers are always a must when you're dealing with your agency and what we're doing as far as events, holidays, things like that. Then we have a Facebook post. It says it right there. Then we have Instagram. So you can go throughout all of the layouts and kind of play around and see what the differences in sizes are. The more you look at it, the more familiarized you're going to be with it. Next slide, please. And again, you do not need graphic design skills to make any type of post. Please do not be intimidated by that. So as you can see on our right-hand side, there's arrows, frames, lines. There's all kinds of elements that you could do to kind of get your brain going and what type of post you want to do. So say you want to do like, oh, it's picnic day, you're obviously going to put picnic or picnic elements or picnic basket, and then it's going to give you all kinds of different levels of graphics for you to choose from in order to drop into your templates. I'm a handsy person, so I see my hands all over the place. And then you could change the side. Thank you so much. So then we have our brand identity. That is maintaining your colors, fonts, and logo for your brand identity. If you decide that the colors aren't meshing well or anything like that, you'll see in the brand toolkit, there's a brand kit. You can go ahead and switch around the colors and it'll switch out your layout for you. Before you do that, make sure you make a copy of whatever you're doing, because then you could kind of compare it to the original design and see what kind of falls into place for you through that.
Yeah, and just to add on an extra tip for the brand identity, when I first started at CAPC and I would create a graphic or a flyer, one tip that Erica gave to me that was very helpful was uploading our logo and pulling from that. So literally when you upload your logo in the uploads part, it will create a brand kit based off of your logo colors, and it's super easy. That made it easier for me to create quick, easy graphics that we wanted to be on brand. So like our hiring post, post to push enrollment is all color coordinated to CAPC. So I just, it was very, very helpful that she gave me that tip when I first started. And so I just wanted to pass that along. So yes.
Thank you so much. And just a little bit more, we're going to give you a little taste of Canva in an upcoming webinar series, so stay tuned for that. So we'll talk a little bit more in depth on how all the workings of Canva for you. So now we're going to move on to TikTok, a game changer in marketing. Think videos that pique your interest, okay, when you're thinking of TikTok. Can I have the next slide, please? So we love authenticity. We love the creativity. TikTok is your video platform. So when we talk, and the next slide, please, I'm sorry. Thank you so much. And it's pretty much for younger audiences and very trendy, like I had spoken about beforehand. So when we're dealing with TikTok, we are dealing with the For You page or your algorithm, okay? So think if you like pets, if you like dogs more specifically, if you like cute dogs more specifically, what dog isn't cute, right? You're going to start looking at videos of cute dogs. You're going to stay on there and looking at videos of cute dogs. Then the next time you go onto TikTok, the cute dogs are going to be all over the place. Every single time you scroll, there's going to be dogs on your algorithm or your For You page. You have to have that same mentality when you're posting things. You want to keep your audience engaged so that they want more of that. And it turns out that you are already in their algorithm. So keep that in mind when you are posting things. You want very creative, and you want to kind of mix in blends of trends and things like that into your algorithm for people, for your audience.
Yeah, and just to well, we're going to talk about storytelling, but just to add on to that, a really good just tip is to follow other nonprofits as well to see what they're doing, because they may be doing something that you're interested in doing, and you can be inspired by them as well.
Mhm.
And so just adding on to what Erica said, we want to create short, concise, catchy videos, something that's going to pique people's interest in a short amount of time. Again, we're thinking younger generation, younger parents, because that's happening now. You know, we are CAPC, we work for the Child Abuse Prevention Council, so we want to appeal to all of our audiences. Um, for us personally here in San Joaquin County, I like to create videos that showcase our events, our community partners, and just highlight things that are happening during the holiday season. And so a really good example is our Costa Superhero Run. I shoot that from start to finish and everything in between so that people can see what this event is, who's there, what's happening. And then during the holiday season, when one of our community partners comes to drop off toys to our students at our camp preschool, I'm able to highlight the preschool. I'm able to push enrollment. I'm able to highlight our community
Yes.
partners and show a little bit about our agency as well. All of that is being like told in a short, concise video. And so that's what you just want to keep in mind with the storytelling when you're creating TikToks. And we just want to show you some of those examples right now. So this is our Casa Superhero.
What makes your motor go? What gets your blood flowing? Squeeze me like a stone to know what I'm knowing. You make it look easy.
Yeah, so that was just a quick video of the event. We were able to spotlight several community partners and just, show exactly what our Casa Superhero Run event is about. Next slide, please. And this is from the holiday season when a local fire station came to bring Christmas presents to our students. Yep, so we were able to highlight again just our preschool, our teachers, our students, and the local fire station that we work with. So everyone was able to be a part of the video. So this was one of my favorites.
Mhm. Okay, now we're going to move on to TikTok trends. Thank you so much, Deja. So trends do matter. Challenges, sounds, and duets. So anything that's trending, anything that's trendy, anything that people are doing, what are the cool kids listening to these days? So you got to kind of keep that in mind when you're working with trends. Oftentimes, since you're a nonprofit, some of the times, if a song has gone viral, you can't use the song because of the rights. So just be mindful of that as well. But you can definitely use the sound bites. We do have some examples coming up for that. They may not make sense, but once you use them, you can kind of cater them to what your event is or what your agency is doing. So it just depends on what's trending and how you can work it to make sure that it coincides with what you guys are doing in your agencies. Always be authentic. Be real, less polished, and always watch for the updates when you have the trends. Always watch out for the trends. We have a couple of videos now to show you as examples of how we used the trending sounds.
Y'all better come up here and get one of these.
What's that?
It's a chicken salad.
Okay, yeah. So just like Erica said, and again, I will reiterate this throughout our presentation, is we want people to use what works for them. And this works for us. We understand that we're like the Child Abuse Prevention Council. We can't do every single trend, but if we're able to use it and manipulate it in a way where we can make it relatable to our audiences and make it relatable to people looking for jobs, then why not? This got well over 1,100 views. And I honestly was like a little bit shy to make it, but then I felt really good about doing it after because people were engaging with it, and that's what it's all about, right? So our next one is related to hiring too.
We're hiring! We're
We're hiring. We're hiring. We're hiring. Yeehaw. We're hiring.
I think this sounds a little bit off there, but you get the gist.
You get the point, yes. That one was fun to make too. Erica and I didn't really know each other. I think had only been here for a couple months, but I mean, as you can tell, we were vibing right away. So I get that everyone may not have a partner in their marketing department, but I feel really lucky to be able to rely on her to make these types of videos with me. So again, just use what you can and do what works for you.
I feel the same way, Deja. Knock it off. I love that. Thank you so much for that. And that's another example of authenticity because, like I really don't like Deja, but we made that video. I'm just kidding. So yeah, that's that authenticity. We were silly. It was on an afternoon. We're like, we need to do a hiring. What's trending right now? Deja had brought that up. She is a Fresno State Bulldog alumni. And so she saw on their page, again, looking to see what is trending with your community partners and just like what's out there. So she is on their page. She saw that they were doing something like that. And we just thought we could pick cute little emojis and then just go off of it. And that was in one take, I believe. So yeah,
Yep.
you never know where you're going to capture. Just keep filming and keep doing what you're doing. Make it your own. And now we're going to talk about the big mama Facebook. So Facebook meta and holiday planning. Everyone knows what this icon represents. It's Facebook. It's the community-based type of platform that everyone is on, no matter what age. So yeah, we're going to talk about how you can utilize your meta and holiday planning on here. As you could see, we have our Meta Business Suite towards the left-hand side of the screen. This is kind of like the tools that you'll be using when you get into the business suite. You just kind of go into there, and I like to play around with it. I like to toggle and see what I could get into. However, we do have our marketing meetings. We have our check-ins every week, but we do have a monthly social media meeting that we utilize, and we literally print out a calendar, and Deja, Shauna, and myself are in there with our pencils and our highlighters or different colors when we want to post, what we want to post, what holidays are coming up. So this is a really effective tool to use. So can I have the next slide, please? Thank you so much. So as you can see, the planner, we went down to the planner icon. This brings up your digital calendar. And as you can see here, this is our January 2025, we have all the posts that we've done for 2025. It lists them right there. You could see the little icons next to it to see where we posted on. So a lot of them are on Facebook, and then you see the Instagram right underneath that. This gives you the option to either plan ahead when you're dealing with holidays and events and things like that, or you can even you can even post the day of, and it'll show up here on your calendar just so that you can go ahead and go back and get that information if you need it. Next slide, please. So moreover, towards the right, we have goals, moments, and drafts. We go into the moments when we're doing our social media calendar to kind of help us navigate through the holidays that are coming up within the next month. And it's really easy. It gives you all of the main holidays. For example, it was Lunar New Year that we took. We could do a little post for that. We know that that's coming up. So we already know in our heads to either do a graphic or try to get our employees or littles involved and get a video going. And like I said, we could plan ahead, and it's really, really user-friendly.
Okay, now we're going to talk about constant contact. Okay, and again, reiterating, we understand that everyone may not have the capabilities to do mass emailing campaigns, but this is what works for us here in San Joaquin County. And so I just want to tell you a little bit about constant contact and the benefits of it. Next slide, please. So these are some email performance analytics from a campaign that we send out quarterly. And so I'm just going to talk about the click rates and the open rates really quick, and then I'll show you the campaign. So you usually want to average an open rate between 30 or at 30%. For this one specifically, we averaged 33.5%, which is above, so that was really good. And then as far as the click rate, you want to average anywhere between 2 and 5%. And so for this specific campaign, we came in around 8.4%. Next slide, please. Okay, and this was the campaign. It says donate that old car. Again, just going back to everything that we've talked about, for us, what works is creating the graphic in Canva and then dragging and dropping into Constant Contact. I mean, we could have literally just put a picture of a car and some words, but that's not engaging with our donors, future donors, people who already follow us, and community members. We want to catch their eye. So Erica graciously created this graphic for me, and I popped it into Constant Contact. We partnered with Interactive Remarketing to have a campaign where people could donate their old cars and get a tax deduction or a tax write-off. And so I send this out quarterly to all our different lists on Constant Contact. We have an all list, monthly givers, people who have participated in the CASA run, and people who have donated to our adoptive family programs. I will hit all those lists because if there's any duplicates on there, it won't send it to them again, but we want to reach everyone. And so this was a campaign that worked out very well for us. And it was just simple, to the point, and I send it out quarterly, like I said, and this is just something that works for us in order to reach those, again, people who may be already following us, people who are interested. And when it comes in through your email, you're able to forward that email to your friends, your networks as well, to further our message.
And that was from our Constant Contact guru. So thank you so much, Deja, for that. So we're just going to reiterate some best practices for social media. Please know your demographic. Content and tone must match throughout. The uniformity is key whenever you're posting. Also, don't be afraid to mix it up. Get creative with your posts. A best practice for us as a team is, like I said, we get our calendar ready for the fall, for the month. We're always like a couple of months in advance, at least a month, but a couple of months in advance, and just get it ready. But just also like, say for example, we post our camp preschool every week. So you don't just want a graphic every week. You can mix it up and do a video one week, then a graphic the next week, then maybe some little thank you, cute little holiday that the kids did. So for example, if they did cute little hearts or whatever, or they dressed up for Halloween, we want to do a cute little collage and send it out to all of our viewers, our audience, because who doesn't appreciate that? And it's a mix up. Then I'm going to look forward to the next week to see what CAPC posts. So we want to keep that in mind always, is to mix it up. Not only videos, but we can also do live streams. That's always good to do as well, to highlight community partners, but also your events. So yeah, it works if you work it. Also post at the right time. So can I have the next slide, please? Check your analytics, check for click rates, check for all of that type of thing, those types of information that are coming in. We wanted to highlight the best posting times for nonprofits. So usually, if you think about it, during the week is going to be different than the weekends. During the week, you want to post around lunchtime when people are on their breaks, when they can be on their phones freely. You're going to check all your social media platforms. So that's that's the best time generally to post, between 12 and 1 when people are on their break. That differentiates from the weekends. Say when you want to get a little bit more shut-eye and you're waking up around 9 or 10, that's the best way to post as well. So say like on a Mother's Day or Father's Day or something like that, you want to go ahead and plan your post ahead of time, but maybe for Sunday at 9:30 when they're having, before they have their breakfast, it's a nice little happy Mother's Day to you. Thanks for being my mom. Happy Father's Day, so really keep that in mind for the best times to post. Next slide, please. Thank you so much. A little bit of closing tips for us. So we learned a lot today. There will be a couple of webinars coming up as well. We're going to be live and interacting. I'm so excited about that, and I know Deja is as well. So a little bit of tips, just authenticity wins. Always be authentic. People connect with real stories. People connect with real people. We're not just sitting here reading a script to you. We're sitting here telling you our story. Not only your agency, but highlight your employees also, because that stands out tremendously, the type of people that you have working for your agency and supporting a lot, as well as community partners. We want to highlight them as well. It's just like you give and we give, and it's just all a big giving love fest. So really keep that in mind as well. Using Canva and constant contact will definitely simplify your workflow. We do not want to reinvent the wheel, as Shauna always says. We just want to just keep it going, but keep it like refreshed. Keep on hitting that refresh button. So Canva and constant contact are perfect tools for that. Always stay updated on the latest social platform changes, or social media platform changes, excuse me. So whenever a social media platform has a little update, they will notify you right away when you open it up. So for instance, whenever I go onto my Instagram, it'll say, this is new in stories. And you can go ahead and drag and drop this new little like floating record if you want to have like a little element or something. It'll show you, and then it'll give you an option to do a demo. And you can just kind of see and play off of the little tips and tricks that they give you, but always stay in tune with the latest updates. And always remember that social media is a two-way conversation piece. So if your audience is engaging, please remember to engage back with them. Even if they leave a comment, you don't have to necessarily comment back, but a thumbs up and a happy face goes a long way. So keep that in mind as well.
Yes, and just to add on to everything she said, and just want to reiterate, we really encourage you to just take what you can and use what works best for you. We know that everything that we do isn't going to work for everyone. Maybe you only have a team of one, or maybe you oversee the person who is running social media. Build those relationships, ask for things ahead of time. Really lean on the people in your agency if they can offer their help, but don't overwhelm yourself. Just do what you can, use what you can, take some of the tips that we've offered and apply it to your agency, but you have to do what works best for you.
Thank you. And these are ways to keep in contact with us, just in case you have any, and you need any more insight. But like I said, we will be doing a couple of webinars as well. So we're excited for that. This is our contact information. We're located in downtown Stockton. And I believe that is it. If you'd like to learn more about our agency and how we do things, we do have now nochildabuse.org that you can go ahead and visit and see how our brand and how we're structured. And please give us a like and follow and see if you engage with us, we'll engage with you right back. So
Yes, please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
nochildabuse.org.
Thank
And thank
you.
you so much, everyone.